that's not necessarily a good thing. That could be a sign of sleep deprivation because it should take you a little time, onset sleep or sleep latency, to get to sleep. It should not be immediate like that.
Okay.
It takes time
Yeah,
to do
Zen
that.
says normally when I hit the pillow, I'm gone. But I'm like a light. I'm on the pillow and
then you're out.
But recently, I've not had that, I've not been able to fall asleep that fast. It takes me about 20 to 30 minutes.
That's actually normal. That's how
Well,
long
I'm
it should.
glad I'm sleeping normal because this
Yeah.
morning I woke up at 6:15 and for me that wasn't normal because I like to sleep in and I didn't have to get up. But I
Well-
got up anyhow. I tried to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Well, and that's what my students say. Can I make up for the sleep on the weekends? No.
No.
The train left the station long ago, and
Yeah.
you missed that period of sleep. And
Yeah.
there's so many important things that go on that I can't go into right now with their organs as we're sleeping at night, called a body clock. And that's repairing those organs a certain time of night or a certain time during the day. But you have to set that sleep schedule, a time to go to bed and a time to wake up, and try and adhere to that sleep schedule. Eventually, your body will wake you up. My body wakes me up and tells me it's time to get
my
up.
gosh.
And
That's what happened to
I
me
actually
this
have a
morning.
sleep mask on, so I can't even see the light coming in the window. But my body clock is set, and it
Nice.
wakes me up naturally.
Yeah,
Without
well, that's what's been happening to me because I've been going to bed at a certain time at night, and I try to go to bed at that time within 30 minutes,
yes.
eat one way or the other. And I
That's
wake
ideal,
up.
yes.
I wake up the next day, and I've set my clock like for 8 o'clock because the kids don't come till 9, and it doesn't take me that long to get ready and get a bite to eat. And I try to sleep as long as I can.
Yeah.
But when you run out of sleep, you just can't run. You can't go back to sleep.
your body's trying to tell you it's had enough.
Your body is telling you. So friends, if you're running out of sleep and you wake up in the morning and say, oh my gosh, I want to go back to bed, and you can't,
Yes.
that is because your body is saying you've got enough sleep. It's time to get
wake
up,
up.
rocking and rolling,
Yes.
and do what you need to do.
Correct.
Right?
Yes. Correct.
Right.
Yes.
So you are also a Nikan distributor. So how
Correct.
do magnets help people sleep better?
Well, the best way I can tell you that is I have a good friend of mine that just recently borrowed our sleep system, and it consists of, I've got a little pad here, it consists of a pad. And,
It's bigger than that. That's just a sample,
well,
friends.
you just add water and it expands.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But it comes in different sizes to fit your bed. And then I have a comforter that has the magnets in it, and I also have a pillow that has the magnets in it. And I let her borrow this, and she said that she experienced the best sleep she'd ever had.
Wow.
She could not believe it. She said that she woke up rested and energized for the day. She didn't toss and turn like she normally does. She didn't have the discomfort or pain that she normally does from sleeping. And she said, I so wished I had learned about this or listened to you earlier about how, because I kept telling her how important this was.
How it's important,
and how
right.
it was helping me to sleep better. But also there was a study done at Tufts University, and they were trying to figure out if the magnets would help people that had chronic pain and sleep disturbances that had fibromyalgia. And they used a magnetic pad for them to sleep on. And the outcome was the subject sleeping on the experimental mattress pad experienced a significant decrease in pain. So yes, the magnets actually do help us sleep better.
Lisa's been doing magnetic therapy on me. She came over to my house like 2 days after I fell, right?
It was.
Yeah, it was, she was over at my house. She's knocking on my door, and she's there, and she lent me an infrared blanket, which I used, and I really slept well. The pain was decreasing, even though I woke up in the morning and I felt like the Tin Man because moving my arm. When you don't use it and you're sleeping at night, and the muscles just sort of contract, and moving it in the morning is like trying to climb Mount Everest. It's almost impossible. So I just move it slowly, and I have this one magnet duo that my grandson calls it the car with bumpy wheels, and I put that on, and I've been using that. But the magnets have really helped.
Well, we used this, didn't we?
Right, we used what she calls the thumper, but it's not really.
It's called
the
Kinko
thumper.
Touch, and it's actually a pulsed magnetic field.
Right.
And we just put this on her arm.
Right. And it was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was, so if you're having problems with pain or anything like that, get in touch with me, because I do Nika now, and even if I have any questions and I don't have the answer to your questions, I know who to call.
Yes, you do.
So Lisa is a plethora of information with magnets and sleep and
all kinds of good stuff.
all kinds of things. Kinesiology, and I've been a kinesiologist for a very long time. But the one big question I want to ask you, we live in such an electromagnetic field life now with everything. How do electronics interrupt our sleep?
Well, and this is about energy, and we are a mass of energy. We ourselves produce energy.
And energy doesn't die, people.
No,
it doesn't die.
It doesn't die. We can revive it.
Right.
But and the most asked question of all to me is, where did my energy go? And there's so many things that contribute to the lack of energy. Lack of sleep is one of them. Lack of good food, lack of clean water, clean air. All of these things help us to create that self-healing environment for our bodies. But I'd say one of the biggest reasons that we have trouble sleeping is your man-made electrical magnetic fields. Your computers, your phone. I mean, who doesn't have a phone, right? And of course, they keep going up with your gigahertz there.
And it's not really a phone; it's a computer.
It's a computer, yes. And what they're finding out is that it reduces the melatonin levels in humans.
And melatonin is a hormone that we have in our bodies to help us sleep.
Yes.
I think it also messes with the serotonin in our bodies too.
It does, right. But anyway, so it is a natural neurohormone. It's a powerful antioxidant. It's an antidepressant, believe it or not, and it's also an immune enhancer that regulates our circadian rhythms, which we've talked about. And so I asked them to look at their environment. Do they have the phones beside their bed? And most of my students do, because they're using that as their alarm clock to wake them up. So what I do ask them to do is to put it on airplane mode. And airplane mode really means that you're not connected to Wi-Fi anymore. So you're not going to get those EMFs coming through that phone. And please don't ever put it underneath your pillow. And I've seen women actually stick it in their...
I've seen women. I had a gal, I used to have a yarn shop. And I had women come in with their cell phones, and they'd stick it into their underneath
bra or whatever.
They'd stick it in their bra.
In their shirt, yes.
In their shirt.
Yeah.
And I would say, no.
Yeah.
Put it on the table.
Yes.
You don't need to see it, and you don't need to wear it.
No. You're getting radiation from that phone.
Right.
Okay. And we talked a tiny bit about the Fitbit. The Fitbit does connect to the Wi-Fi. It is disrupting your sleep. If you're going to use it just for a few nights to figure out what's going on with your sleep patterns, but then take it off. And let's look at some ways and some solutions to help you sleep better after figuring out, because you don't want that disruption, and it's going to interfere with the melatonin and helping you go to sleep.
Right.
But if you've got a second, I'll show you real quickly.
Sure.
Just by muscle testing, and I usually do it this way. So I'm going to get you to do that. And I want you to resist. I'm just going to try and pull your fingers apart. And Marilyn is really strong. She must have been exercising. So we're going to put the phone. What we're doing is we're asking her body, do you like this and do you need this? So put this in your other hand. And I'm going to do this again, and you resist for me. Whoa.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, tell everybody what just happened.
She broke the muscle, and because the phone does not like me.
Yeah, so that's a no. I don't like that. But let's see how your body might like that. Hold it again.
Okay.
In the other hand. And let's go ahead and use a magnet on her. Oh boy, that's on tight. And we're just going to lay it right there for purposes right now instead of trying to... And let's see now if her body likes it, okay?
Very much so.
So it was tight, meaning yes, I do accept that now. So what we're trying to do is get her grounded. If you ever, I don't know if you're old enough to remember, we didn't have GFIs on the electrical outlets when I was a little girl, so I went to go plug in my radio. And when I went to go plug it in, I was barefoot on a cement floor.
Oh my gosh.
So that electricity went right through my body, picked me up and threw me back 3 feet on the concrete floor.
Oh.
It went right through me. So what we're trying to do is to dissipate that energy from your body is what we're trying to do. Take it away from your body, so that
Put it out there.
Yeah, take it away. So that we can use our phones and our computers, right? So there is a way to do that now, and using magnets helping to ground the body.
Yeah. Well, I had just my daughter gave me a Fitbit for Christmas.
Okay.
And I had not had a chance to upload it or anything. And one day earlier this week, Shanice and I met at our favorite hangout, and I was telling her about it, and she says, "You've got to get your Fitbit going. It's not that hard, Dr. Scott. It's not that hard." So I said it was this morning when I went out of sleep. I said, "Okay, I'm going to do my Fitbit." So I did, and I wore it all day. And then when I was looking on my computer at my emails, Fitbit came up and sent me an email saying, "Your battery's running low. You need to plug your Fitbit in." So then you have to take it off.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's why I don't have my Fitbit on tonight, friends. I wanted to wear it tonight, but I got this wonderful email, and it probably wouldn't have worked after a while because the battery was going down.
Right.
But I charged it enough to be able to use it during the day.
Yes.
But I'm not planning on sleeping with it.
Good. Good to hear that.
And the other thing is, I took a little bit of a nap with Jacob today, but it didn't record that I was sleeping. It didn't record how many minutes, and I don't know if I don't know if you're supposed to program it that way or not.
Right.
I didn't program it that way. And
It's too much control.
I would just say it's not going to be, from some of the research, it's not going to be as accurate as you think it's going to be.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I do a sleep diary, because it's much more you. That's what I need to hear from is you. Nobody knows you better than you.
Better than you.
And yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, they've got the water system, which is
right.
amazing.
The water, and that water, how it feels, because I've drank it before. It feels like silk going down your throat.
Yeah.
It's got a totally different consistency. It is awesome. It just feels so good going down your throat.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well, you
I
talk
love
about the
it.
toxins, and it helps to not only get the toxins out of the water you're drinking, but help you to detox as well.
And I do want to talk a little bit about toxins with water, because a lot of times when we're in the car and we have a bottle of water and we leave the bottle of water in the car. Now, in the wintertime, it's okay.
Yeah.
But in the summertime, you don't want to leave this bottle of water in the car. You want to put it someplace, or put it in a thermos, or take it with you, put it in your purse, or if you're done with it, throw it in the trash. Because when you come out of the store, wherever you're at, if you left your bottle of water in there because of the plastic, and we don't know what this plastic is made of, it can be toxic.
Yes.
And then you're drinking nothing but a toxic liquid, and it can be very detrimental to you. So if you have accidentally left your water in the car and it got hot, and because they can get really, really hot, and the water is hot, throw it out.
Yeah. It's leaching those toxins.
It's leaching toxins out from
and I'm trying to think of the singer that Cheryl, who was it?
Cheryl Crow?
I think it was that they linked her breast cancer back to the water.
To the water?
That she was drinking, and she'd left it, and it got heated, and all those toxins were
sad thing
leaching.
Is we don't know how long the water has been on those trucks.
You're absolutely right.
So,
you
do not know.
You
You're
do
right.
not know.
Yeah.
So I normally drink the water from my refrigerator, because we've got a filter in there, and I trust that filter more than I trust
what's in
what's in here. But I use this on the fly, and I love water. It is my beverage of choice.
Yes.
Now, a lot of times, recently, I've been drinking a lot of herb teas. I've been drinking a lot of turmeric ginger tea.
Good stuff.
Because I need it for the healing purposes. Because I do not want to have rotator cuff surgery. Talk about losing energy. I don't want to go there.
No.
I don't want to go there. So
I understand.
That is what is so vitally important to me, to make sure that, I'm okay. I'm having an MRI on Monday. I don't like MRIs. They're noisy. It's like being in a construction zone. And you're in a huge magnet. A huge magnet. And years ago I had a MRI at a different hospital, and when I was filling out the papers, you know, you have to fill out all these papers and stuff. And I said to the girl, I said, do I have to take off my ring? She says, you have to take off every piece of jewelry.
Metal.
She says, because you are going to be in a huge magnet.
Yeah.
Well, friends, I flipped out. The thought of being in a huge magnet just did not sit right with me. So I'm gearing myself up for this, knowing I'm going to be in a huge magnet, taking off all my jewelry and stuff, and I just hope and pray that they'll find out whether my rotator cuff's torn or whatever, but I'm going to fix it. Either through magnetic therapy, through the tape. I've got this magnetic tape on. Show that tape, Lisa.
Well, now this has far infrared in it, which is like the sun's energy. It's a thermal regulator, so it cools you down, warms you up. It is kinetic tape. People say, well, I can get that somewhere else. I said, but this actually has far infrared in it and negative ions. So it's going to help the body with that healing process a lot quicker than just your normal tape. But we've got you all taped up.
Right. My husband put it on this morning.
Yes.
This morning he put it on
Yes.
again. And it does feel a whole lot better. And I notice a difference.
Yeah. Well, think about it. If you injured something, and even if you haven't injured something, we all have inflammation in our body at any time, any day. I don't care how healthy you are, you still have inflammation.
Right.
So inflammation is actually heat. So if you can actually cool that down,
Right.
it's going to, again, help that
Help the
healing
body.
process.
That's why I tell
process.
people
Yeah.
if you've sprained an ankle
Yeah.
or, you know, done some damage to a joint, or your joints are a little angry, they're not happy, go in your freezer and get some ice, or go get in your freezer a bag of peas and put it on there, because what that does is it dissipates the inflammation. And if you put heat on it, that brings all the inflammation to the
magnet.
forefront. Put a magnet on it, yes, because that helps dissipate the inflammation. And we all, like Lisa said, we all have inflammation in our bodies, and inflammation is not fun.
No, it's not.
You know, and if you ignore it, sometimes it gets worse. So try to give us a call, give me a call, or email me at healthylivingwithmarilyn2017 at gmail.com. Put in the subject TV show, that you saw me on my TV show, and ask your question. I will get back with you within 24 hours, and you know, we can talk about it. Also, go to my website, www.healthylivingwithmarilyn.com. Go to my links page, scroll down, and go to my YouTube page. And please, when you press onto that, it will take you to my YouTube page. And please subscribe to my YouTube page so you can get the emails for the notices that Healthy Living with Marilyn is going to be live, and we're going to be on. We're doing our TV show on YouTube and Facebook, and everything's going to be great. And if you have any questions, I do a segment at the end called #AskMarilyn. If you have any questions, please send them to healthylivingwithmarilyn2017 at gmail.com, or through the contacts of my website, and I will answer your question on the air. Give me your name, your address, and your phone number, and if your question is going to be on the air, I will send you a gift. Just a little
Very
gift,
nice.
but I'll send you a gift.
Yay.
So, yes, I don't have an Ask Marilyn question today, so
I'll
you
put
know.
a question out.
Okay,
So-
put a question out, Josie.
So it's a kind of a question comment, but as you were talking about putting the cold on, and it just occurred to me with the magnets, I've always taken a cold metal can, a soda can, to rub on anywhere.
Yeah.
Really?
Because metal, if you think of what the boxers,
Oh,
when they
it's
get
very
when the
cold.
boxers
That's
get
right.
hit, they take the metal.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was young and we would fall and hurt ourselves,
Yes.
my aunt would take a spoon and put on it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Interesting.
if you fell and you hit your head, to prevent the knot from coming, she would just take the cold spoon and put it on it, and it would stop the swelling.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I haven't.
So I learned about the spoon,
Yeah.
and then I've just always used like a soda can.
Yeah,
I don't have sodas anymore, but you know, if there's a can, a beer can that's in the refrigerator, and just take it and massage that area that's swollen.
I haven't used ice in 13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. UVA actually did a study on magnets and helping with the healing of wounds. Very interesting. And he says we may replace that ice with magnets in the future.
Yeah, well, sometimes when you got 2 kids that you're running around,
Yes.
you don't have time to look for the magnet. Although I did get one of the pendant
pendant.
things that you
Yeah.
have there, and
here. Yeah.
but having said that, sometimes I just get ice because it's a whole lot easier, and I could just go
It's
in
better
the
than
freezer.
nothing.
It's yes,
It is
it's
better than nothing.
Better
and
than
you got to
nothing.
use what you have. I
Exactly.
mean, if you have a frozen bottle of water in there, and if you freeze it, you don't want to drink it afterwards because
you
the
don't.
toxins have gotten in it too. So, you know, go out and water your weeds or something. Don't water your plants because your plants might.
don't want to kill them.
You're going to kill them. You might not want to.
No.
You know. If you want your plants alive, don't water them with the water. But anyhow, if you've got a frozen bottle of water, my mom does this
Yes.
for her feet. She will take a bottle of water and freeze it in the freezer, and then she'll roll her feet on
On top of
it,
it.
which has really helped her with the inflammation
I'm sure.
on her feet.
Yeah.
So that's another way. If you don't have magnets, freeze one of these, and
Yeah.
you can rub it on your arm. You can roll your feet on it. I'm telling you, it feels really good. It feels really good to have
Yeah.
that coolness,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And I don't know. I like ice.
You like ice?
Yeah, I like ice. I like
It's always
ice.
too cold for me. I don't know.
Yeah, my dad was like, "Oh, it's too cold now, and I
know,
can't
that's
do
what I would
ice."
say, it was
It's
too
like,
cold.
Okay, yeah, okay. But
My granddaughter just chews ice. She'll bite it, and I'm like,
that's not good for your teeth.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's her baby teeth. So hopefully by the time she's older and gets her permanent teeth, she'll stop.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But the one thing I want to talk about just shortly is stress. Yesterday, I hit the peak of stress. I had a migraine headache, and I had no energy, and it was 11 o'clock in the morning, and I had 2 kids running around circles around me. Now, I got to the point where I said, I don't know if I can make it the rest of the day.
I know. I bet.
So what I did was, I got Jacob quiet, I got Sammy quiet, and I just took 5 minutes for myself because I could feel the cortisol erupting in me. I mean, I felt all these stressful in the environment that I was in, and I could feel the bricks on my shoulders, and I had this migraine headache, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to make it till 5 o'clock. And so I took some time out for me. So don't feel bad about taking time out for you when you are in a stressful situation.
Walk away from the
Walk
stressors.
away from it for a little bit. It will recharge you. You don't have anything else, it will recharge you. You know, close your eyes. I closed my eyes for about 5 minutes. Close your eyes, take some deep breaths, just do for you, because that's how I made it through the rest of the day. Plus I managed to take a little bit of a nap with Jacob, which was
good.
which was cool. Now there's a couple people I want to say hello to. I want to say hello to Rob Crampton. Hi Rob, if you're watching. I talked to him today. He does myofascial massage.
Yes.
And I hope someday he'll be able to be on my show. And I want to say hello to Marty Pineda, who was on my premiere show. Marty now is back in Thailand. And yes, she lives in Thailand. She was
Lovely
here
lady.
for like
Lovely.
10 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she did the around the world trip. And her boys live up in DC, so she was up in DC. But she came down for 2 days to spend time with me, to be on my show. She gave me this lovely scarf, and she said today on Facebook that she was going to set her alarm so she could get up. So it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning in Thailand, because they're about 12 hours ahead of us. So Marty, if you're there, hi Marty, hi Jerry, how are you? Hope you guys are doing well, and I'm glad you made it back in one piece to Thailand. So I want to say hello to my kids too. My son Donnie is always watching my show. God bless him. I just am so glad that he's in my corner. He says, Mom, we got to talk about some things about your show. It's like, that's fine, we'll do that. He and his fiance, they're getting married in August. I'm so excited about that. We're just going to go out for a fast turnaround in San Diego and on a Friday and come back on Sunday, and I just hope I can function on Monday, but I'm off that day, so it doesn't matter.
There you go.
So
And you'll be
I'll be
off
able
Tuesday.
to do for me, huh?
And you'll be off Tuesday, so.
I'll be off Tuesday
Yeah.
too. Yeah, that's awesome. And I want to say hi to my mom, even though my mom won't see this, but someday she'll see it on Memorex.
There you go.
And my other kids, Tiffany and Steve, and Jacob and Sammy, and Christy and Daniel and little Isaac. Isaac came over. They came over on Saturday, the day before Mother's Day. And Isaac, my daughter has always worn Converse. Always. That's what she wears.
Okay.
Now she had some, when she was working, she had some other shoes, but you know, work shoes. But a lot of times she wears Converse. She found the cutest Converse sneakers for Isaac.
Aw.
They were absolutely adorable. Yes, he
make
looks
them
so
that small?
cute. Yeah, they evidently do. And I thought that was so cute. So
Everything is kid size
you know,
now.
don't start if you have little kids. Don't start putting shoes on them until they really start walking, because you really want them to develop the muscles in their in their feet. I didn't start my kids until they had been walking for a couple months, because they really develop a whole lot better
Okay.
when you don't put shoes on them right away. So. Anyhow, I want to thank everybody for listening to us tonight. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. We're coming up next weekend for Memorial Day. I'm happy about that. We might get a 3-day weekend. The weather,
Time is flying.
I know, the
Gosh.
weather is going to be fabulous this
Yes.
weekend. Judy and I are going to the beach on Saturday. We're going to be working on our retreat.
Get out
I
and
am
play.
so happy about
Get
that.
out and play.
Get out and play. Go ground yourself. Go to the beach. Whatever you need to do. Find some energy. We love you all, and thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa, so much for coming.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you, Josie,
Absolutely.
again. I want to thank
to see
Zen
you again.
Scott, Michael A. Hall, and Shanice. And
Oh,
you
is
got
our
this,
closing.
and change your life
Yes.
today.
woohoo!
Woo!
Salute.
Thank you.